Hi, how are you? My name is Matt Ackerson. I'm the founder and CEO of this company, AutoGrow.co, as you may already know. In this video, I'm giving you 3 pro tactics, pro tips for building a successful lead generation funnel, particularly if you are selling professional services. So remember, what's the difference between professional services and, say, e-commerce or info products, if it's not already self-evident? Is professional services is, you're putting in your time, your expertise, your labor. You might be coaching someone in many cases. You might be applying some other different sort of skill set, ability, or knowledge, like an accountant, like a lawyer, like a consultant. All right. Versus e-commerce, where you are selling, for example, products or info products, in the case where you're selling digital products or online trainings that are separate from, like one-to-one type of expertise and interaction required to get the job done, whatever that might be. So that being said, building a successful lead generation funnel it's harder and it's easier than you think. Why do you want to do this in the first place? Well, if you're not familiar with funnels, the power of a funnel is that it helps you to create cha-ching leverage. That's me pulling the lever. Leverage in the sense that it's something that operates independently of you and your time. One of the most common reasons why service businesses are so easy to start but have such a high failure rate over the long term is that they can become completely dependent on the owners, on you, perhaps, to go out there to hustle, to go to networking events, hand out business cards, exchange phone numbers, or to do whatever else it is that it takes you to rustle up business, to get people to call you, to interact with you, to want to do business with you, referrals. So it just takes all of that and it puts it into a system that can generate consistent results versus something where it's more stressful and you just don't want to have to go through that. So the article that the team and I wrote to go with this video, we give you 5 examples of successful lead generation funnels for selling professional services. And so I encourage you, if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description and also hit that subscribe button and that like button. But you can click the link in the description if you want to read all 5 of those examples. So for the rest of this video, let me start off by giving you my first of 3 pro tips. So tip number 1 is that you want to make sure that your lead magnet within the lead generation funnel, the successful lead generation funnel that these tips will help you to create, you want to make sure that lead magnet, which is pretty close to that entry point, the first kind of entry point being where people see your ad, for example, if you're generating traffic at the top of your funnel. Remember in a previous video, we talked about foundation, the middle part, your website, your landing pages, follow up, that would be your email automations, and fuel, whatever it is that's driving traffic at the top, whether that might be ads or content, for example, social media. Okay, so in this case, let's say we have traffic coming in from ads. People are browsing on Facebook, or they're looking at some news on a website, or they're shopping on some other site, browsing whatever, social media, and they see your ad. They click on it, bring them over to a lead magnet landing page. Okay, so they don't yet have the lead magnet in their digital hands, if you will, and they are on the page and they're evaluating, do I want to download this? All right, so this is the point where you are communicating with them what it is that you're offering. What is this lead magnet, this free piece of content that you're hoping is going to lead eventually to some sort of a sale, to some sort of a paid transaction where they become a client, they buy from you. So you want to make sure that what you're communicating in terms of the copy and any other media on that page, that this is the value that's being offered, and that idea fits or helps to even just create or imply that frame of, this is the pain point, and segue into the next step. Well, this is actually the pain that our service, our professional service, can help you to solve. Okay. So let me give you an example. All right. So we had two different clients. Okay. And one of them, when we first got them set up, so this was actually, a bit earlier on in the company, and we've learned how to do it better since then, but it's a good example to show you the contrast between the two funnels. So with one client, we actually, we started off with their funnel, and we had a lead magnet, and it was for a coaching business. And it was a great concept. The name rhymed. But the problem was that it had very broad appeal. So it had kind of broad marketing appeal. And it also it didn't really set the table for a sale to happen later. All right. And in other words, it didn't really help to create or highlight that need for the coaching service, or for that conversation to happen that would lead to an actual sale. Okay. So part of how we sought to address that when we realized it wasn't working was, okay, we said, number one, let's go niche. Let's take this from being very broad to being very specific. Okay. And that niching down, that had a big impact on results. But let me tell you another example of another funnel that was successful right away by comparison. So for another company, KVM Design, one of our clients, what we did there was, so that's an interior design company, and we were advertising to interior design agency freelancers and owners, because with KVM Design, you could basically just outsource your interior design work to her firm. And then, you wouldn't have to do work. You wouldn't have to hire an employee. It's cheaper. You save time, and, you get good quality work too. So the lead magnet that we came up with was an interior design checklist. Okay. So it was just talking about the actual work that KVM Design would actually be doing. And by talking about what work and what were kind of like the key components that you don't want to miss, that would be included as part of this checklist, which is actionable, right? But by using the checklist, by reading the checklist, by consuming the checklist, you see KVM Design, on the final page, call to action, and it's just a perfect segue. It's like, I could apply this checklist, but I could actually save time and money if I just outsource it to KVM. That's a no-brainer, right? So the lead magnet itself should help to sort of highlight and create that need for the service in a way. So you want to be very strategic and deliberate with the idea that you are choosing. And this is a pro tip, because a lot of people offer lead magnets, and you might say, oh, I can do that. I'll just create something valuable. And then you do, but it's not necessarily going to lead to a sale. It might lead to growing your email list. Like with that first example that I gave you of the coaching business, we had an 81% conversion rate. 81%. I mean, part of that is because Facebook's algorithm is really good in terms of the AI learning and everything. But 81% didn't lead to sales versus the other one that did. Okay. So you want to focus it on the pain. Second pro tip is personalize the journey. So when people opt in, you could be asking for a first name, you could be asking for a phone number, you could be asking a million different questions. It's better to just ask for email address. You can ask for the first name if you want, but it's going to drop your conversion rate by 10 to 20%. All right. I recommend, especially when you're just getting started, you want to keep the barriers to entry as low as possible. Keep those doors wide open. And you want to just ask for an email address. Okay. And then for the second field, you want to have for example, a drop-down menu. And this is where you survey people. Okay. You could say, well, what is your biggest pain point right now? What do you need help with? Oh, well, I'm do-it-yourself type, in XYZ, market. You don't say XYZ market. I'm just saying, whatever market you're in. But you want to classify people based on their need, based on what they say their biggest challenge is. Because based on how they answer this question, you can determine where they are at in the buyer journey. Are they up here? Are they down here at the bottom of the funnel where they're close to making a decision and they're going to be ready to get on the phone right now? So you can use this information, this drop-down menu, keep it simple, maybe just even 2 choices to start. You can make it a radio option button if you want. Are you do-it-yourself? Are you more of a done with you type? Or do you want, done for you help? Or maybe you could even make it topical. Okay, what do you need help with? Do you need help driving your traffic? This is what we do within our funnel. Do you need help when people opt into our email list? What's your biggest challenge right now? Do you need help driving traffic, generating leads, creating a sales funnel? What is it in particular? Okay, so you take that information and then you personalize the journey. You personalize the journey by creating an email automation that, based on how they answer that question, you drop them into bucket A and they get a certain series of follow-up emails, B, a certain series of follow-up emails tailored to that specific need, or bucket C, a certain series of emails tailored to that specific need. You're personalizing the journey, and it doesn't have to take you a long time. It doesn't, you can just start with 3 emails in each bucket. They can be as short as 300 words each, as long as you are giving, valuable, relevant information. You're referencing the lead magnet, okay? And you're referencing and you're speaking to that specific pain point. Okay? And don't forget making a clear call to action at the end of each email. So that's tip number 2. And finally, tip number 3 is sell a tripwire after opt-in. Sell a tripwire after opt-in. For example, a crash course, a video course, or a template, and combine that with, hey, a bonus consultation. Okay, a bonus free consultation, put a value on it. So what would you normally value your time at? And what would be the value if they bought this crash course video series, or maybe a set of templates separately? What would it normally be? A $200 value, but you can get it today for only $7. And you might be wondering, some of you, maybe the term tripwire is a little new for you. Well, just to review briefly, a tripwire is an inexpensive offer, typically between $1 to $50, that is given to people as the kind of like a first inexpensive offer. It's seen as low risk. All right, they can get a sample of the quality of work and the quality of your product. Okay, which will inform their decision of whether or not to get on the phone with you, which will inform the decision of whether or not to do business with you in terms of, you becoming their coach or buying, whatever professional service it is that you're offering. So selling a tripwire that's inexpensive right after they opt in, have a transition statement at the top, everything that you requested is on its way to your inbox. By the way, check out this special offer that we have. It's $7 and here's what it is. Here's what you get. Break it down for them. Problem, solution, features, benefits, FAQs, call to action, social proof. All right. So, and this, you might say, well, why is $7? Why would I'm doing projects for, thousands of dollars, Matt. Why do I need to sell a $7? Well, here's the thing. If you're spending ad money to acquire traffic, this could essentially be a self-liquidating offer. If not, at the very least, offset the cost of your ads, making, in an ideal situation, you can make your ads immediately profitable, which happens for some and doesn't happen for others. At the very least, it's going to offset the cost. And it's kind of nice to see that people are taking out their credit cards and spending money. It means that you're targeting the right people and you're putting out something that's valuable. So it's validating and it shows progress in that way. So it's just leveling up the relationship. You're seeing people not just opt in, but also spend some money to get further down the funnel. So then and you're encouraged and you're inspired. Oh, it's only a matter of time before they convert. Okay, because this whole thing, it's a process. And if you think about it like a process and you have the expectation of making progress on a regular basis, well, you're going to find that encouraging to see the progress when it happens. If you think, oh, I'm going to turn it on and instantly I'm going to be rich, it usually doesn't work that way. It's all a process of building and learning, looking at the data. Okay. Don't believe the hype that's out there around funnels. Okay. Every day you want to take a step forward. So Tripwires work great, and they just catalyze the relationships. They create that association between spending money and getting value, and that makes people significantly, some marketers say 10 times, I would agree with that, 10 times more likely to actually take your core offer, whatever that may be. For example, become a client and end up spending, many thousands more dollars. It's worked for our business. For example, when we first relaunched our productized service a year ago, uh, some of our biggest clients that came to us were clients that were buying some of our small products for less than $100. But that was their way of kind of sampling and seeing what sort of value we could provide to them at a lower cost. And then they would say, well, I think our company could have a need for this. And they would just want to learn, and they'd be willing to spend money to learn. But then ultimately they'd say, well, these guys seem to know what they're doing. So let's do business with them. They could save us time, and they can help us scale. All right. So those are my 3 pro tips for you. I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. You can also review the full article with the 5 examples of lead generation funnels directly below this video. If you're watching on AutoGrow, if you're watching on YouTube, in the description, there's the link. And if you are interested in delegating all of your lead generation and in general digital marketing tasks without the headaches of hiring, then check out autogrow.co, because with AutoGrow, we make it really easy. You don't have to deal with any hiring headaches. You just, AutoGrow is like project management software with designers, developers, copywriters, strategists, just already in the software, already in the project management software, ready and waiting to receive tasks from you. All right. And so we can help you to execute on your marketing ideas, your marketing campaigns. We can help you to build entire sales funnels from scratch. We can help you to do those little maintenance tasks that you just don't want to deal with, updating plugins, whatever it is. All right. And we are available on demand, and it's a really cool piece of software that just combines, the professional proven talent with putting you in the driver's seat to help you just be more productive and delegate your digital marketing tasks. So check it out. It's autogrow.co, starting at less than $19 per day. And if you're more the do-it-yourself type, where you're interested to try out some of our trainings and resources and info products, and we have a tool called the Proven Sales Conversion Pack, for instance, then go to autogrow.co/marketplace. All right, autogrow.co/marketplace. We just started launching productized services there as well. So if for some reason, you just want like one thing, like just a lead magnet, all right, created, designed, written, created from scratch, lead magnet PDF, help brainstorming what the idea is too, then go to autogrow.co/marketplace, and you can get that as a fixed price service, or you can check out and invest in some of our more budget-friendly online trainings, like our 6-figure sales funnel training. All right, so check it out, autogrow.co/marketplace. And until next time, as always, keep converting and stay focused.